Man, this might be the biggest miscarriage of justice I ever seen. Like, the problem with this whole election thing is, if you see something differently, then that's your right. It's not my right to attack you, disrespect you, to bully you, to patronize you, to force you into seeing things my way. And if my way was right, why me just giving you the facts ain't it good enough to change your feelings? Because feelings will never change the facts, but the facts can change your feelings. And what I'm noticing is Trump supporters get a bad rep for being violent, pushy, disrespectful. But it's only one group of people I see being violent, pushy, disrespectful, lying, straight up lying, manipulating, misrepresenting the truth. It's a whole lot going on. And we not forcing y'all to feel our way. But I'm tired of people having something bad to say about me because I'm a black man that thinks different. I've been voting for over 20 years. Not one time in the national election have Democratic policies helped me. I voted for Obama, and you know what happened? Now they can teach my kid to be a transgender in school, and when I say something to my woman with my phone in my hand, now my phone is suggesting shit to me that we just talked about. That's what Obama gave us. You want to argue about it? It was so many different things that could have been accomplished in the world that would benefit me today a lot better than the National Security Act. It was so many things that was going on in the world that would benefit me and my family a lot better than making sure a gay couple could share health insurance. Which is kind of fascinating because if you're an independent woman and you find another independent woman to be with, then y'all both should independently have your own insurance plan. If you an independent man and you decide to be with another independent man, then both of y'all independent asses should have your own insurance policy, right? But if I'm a heterosexual man looking to make some woman a housewife, being able to put her on my insurance, in that case, in that respect, it is important. But we wasted years trying to get two people that already got an insurance policy to be able to share one. That's what Obama did. And then they got we're not even gonna go down there. Did what they did to Vezzo. Check this out. Check him out.
He's gonna have a list of things and a bunch of big words, but it's still not answering the question. And when I say answering the question with actions. Right. You know, not just big words and paragraphs. So that's what I mean by like what have
another thing I like that, you know,
I'm voting for her because she black. No, I am.
But I'm giving you some reasons though. That, like capping the insulin at $35. That's something that directly impacts people that we know in the hood.
But all right.
First of all, he lying like a motherfucker. Now, maybe where he's from in South Carolina, but where I'm from in Detroit, it's different stages of diabetes. And there's not too many people I know that have diabetes that's taking insulin. In my whole lifetime, I've known several people with diabetes, only a few who was taking insulin. And most of them had private insurance anyway. And furthermore, if the government want to help us with diabetes, they could specify these companies quit putting certain shit in their food. They could enforce the Food and Drug Administration rules. They could outlaw some of these chemicals that they put in our food that's in the food that's not in the food across seas. There's a million things they could do to do that, but they not. So that mean they ain't trying to. It's just like your woman complaining about your relationship. But she ain't trying to do shit to help it be better. You know why? Because she don't want it to. That's the same thing these motherfuckers doing.
Probably know one person that got diabetes. So like when I ask these questions, I'm in the trenches. They need help.
A lot of their I'm sure a lot of grandmothers and parents that you speaking, I'm sure a lot of them got diabetes.
No, for sure, they probably do, and I think capping insulin at $35 is important. But realistically, right, me being able to buy extra egg or two, you know, when I was a child, I don't think that ever benefited my mind to be able to buy extra 2 eggs to get another carton of milk. Like I feel like that's planned. That's like peasant talk.
Like there's like bigger everyday issues that you got to get through before you can even go to the grocery store to get the egg. I get what you're saying.
Before you even get to the grocery store.
$35 cap on insulin helps a lot.
It does help a lot. But
I think I'm not saying it don't help, right? Yeah. I'm saying.
And even what you said, I understand what you're saying too, Vezzo, about seeing things in your own, you know, back.
No, you don't. Like, why you stuck on this $35 insulin? Like, if you really cared, then why you don't say nothing about the restrictions that should be on food? Everybody's so health conscious, and you get money now. You know 90% of the shit in the grocery store they shouldn't be selling to us. Shouldn't even be allowed to be sold. But instead of you, and this is why I make it hard to trust these fake Democrats. It's one thing if you just blindly down for your party, but you also care about the issues. It's another thing to look past the issues just to blindly be down for your party.
Yeah, because in North Carolina, I know that, you know, they gave tens of millions of dollars to historically underserved entrepreneurs as part of the American Rescue Plan. So like there was a bunch of small businesses that got a bunch of money in North Carolina. I know that because I'm from South Carolina. Yeah, you know, so it's like things like that I've paid attention to. So when I hear her talk about what she
time out, that was Trump's initiative. The Biden administration had no initiatives for black businesses or small businesses. As a matter of fact, if you apply for a SBA loan in the past 3.5 years, what you would notice is when that administration took over, they quit responding. They started saying you had to upload a PDF and all kind of run around things and denying. They started denying. So again, hogwash.
Wants to do with the economy, what she wants to do in regards, you know, the mental health, rebuilding the middle class. I've seen her do those things, but they're quiet because she's white.
How you seeing her do them things? How you seeing her rebuild the middle class when you watching her let all these illegals in, giving them 10 and 15,000 in food and another 3-4,000 in cash? And then squatters' laws in different states are different. But I can totally speak candidly to Michigan. They pimping the fuck out our system. They ain't got to stay in the shelter when they come here. They can just take over a house and unblight it. And when the bank come to claim the house, they what is that word? Eminent domain. Like, so let's quit playing here. And Kamala Harris, Miss Prosecutor, is sitting here telling us that these people breaking into our country is not illegal. Come on, man.
Yeah, they quiet. They real quiet. And I'm just going off of actions and what I see, what actually benefit. Nothing has changed, and nothing. Absolutely nothing has changed in the trenches. When I tell you nothing, I mean nothing. For over 1,000 days, nothing has changed. You know what I mean? However many days, you know, they was and listen.
Something changed. Because dudes like me spending more on gas money, more on food, more on this, more on that. So I can't help as many people as I normally do. Some shit has changed. Drastically.
And I want people to understand this, right? My questions for Kamala is not me defending her the opposing party or her opponent. My questions are for her. So I feel like that's gaslighting. If I ask a question about Kamala and somebody say, but what have Trump did? I'm not asking about Trump.
If you plan on
I want to vote
for
for this woman.
Exactly.
So I got questions about her.
Right.
Why is we bringing up Donald Trump? You know, I'm asking about Kamala.
You want to ask questions about the car you buying?
Absolutely.
If you go in the dealership, if you plan on buying that car, you want to ask every single question.
So how do it make sense if I go ask about a Mercedes and I'm like, well, why do these Mercedes tires look like that? Well, you should see the Ford tire. Why is that beneficial? So I want us as a community to stop gaslighting each other. Stop trying to tear each other down when we got questions. If you feel I'm wrong about anything, then respectfully come with proof to educate me about something. That don't mean I'm a fool. That don't mean I'm dumb. That don't mean I'm crazy. I can't think for myself. I'm a coon. I'm this, that, and the third. We gotta learn how to respectfully disagree. That used to exist. And just because the rest of the world may not know how to do that, we gotta learn how to do that as a culture, as black people. We gotta go out and show them folks, just like it go back to that question about the Detroit artist.
It's a Detroit thing. See, being black means something totally different in Detroit than it means anywhere else. It means a lot more to us that we're black than it means that we have money or anything else. And how we represent ourselves as black people kind of supersedes everything here in Detroit. And a place like Detroit is in a juxtaposed situation, because we know continuing to vote Democratic blindly is our demise. But we also, like what they refer to as being on code when some bullshit happen, that's something Detroit lived 365 days a year for the past 100 years. We never took a day off, even though a lot of other places did. We feel away. You know, the baby boomers, as far as black men goes, Michigan has the highest concentration of baby boomer millionaires. The largest transfer of wealth in human history is going on right now. Especially in Michigan, state tax wise, all of these pension plans that's stepping down right now because everybody worked in the plant back then. Everybody saved at least 5 to 10% of their income back then. Everybody had a good union contract back then. Everybody invested in the S&P 500. And them people not about to be able to touch their money. And to be honest with you, voting for the hyena and the man that put tampons in the little boy's bathroom, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to go into war with them leading us, especially seeing how they the ones egging on the war that they not ready for. I've been in battle with people who wasn't ready to be in battle that put us in that war, and it ain't a cool feeling. Vezzo being bullied, and what he end up telling them is, I'm gonna vote for her because she black. I ain't gonna ask no questions. I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna do that. But is that an informed voter? Or is that a scared motherfucker with a pen? I understand where he's coming from, because I had to argue with my mother, my baby mothers, and I'm not going to argue with them or disrespect them. So I all the way understand where he's coming from. I'm just going to submit to what they saying and check Trump when I go in there. But he could do that. I ain't doing that. I need my mother to vote for Trump. I need my kids' mother to vote for Trump too. So I gotta take a different approach. No disrespect to Vez, we out. I feel him though. I love how he handled this interview. We out.